welcome to Hikate's Crossing as we continue our exploration of tarot symbols. So there's a lot in them. So you go through the cards and you can sort of see some of the aspects of the cards. And when you look into what the symbols could mean. So we look at the World card here. Let's have a look and see what information I've got here. So we've got an eagle, right? So eagles, for example, are temporal power, dominion, and strength. They fly with the sun god, and when symbolized with the solar disk, are Egyptian deities. The phoenix symbolizes rebirth and renewal through destruction. A snake, reef. Just looking at different things. The sphere. So there we are. So you can look at the different things in an image. Just see if I can see. So we've got dog here, right? So the dog might stand out in the card for a moment. So you think of it being loyal, instinct, and faithfulness, as well as being the guardian of the underworld of the unconscious. So you go through and have a look at the different symbols in the cards. What do you see when you look? You know, what does rainbows mean to you? There's a hidden house. What does a hidden house mean to you? What do the trees mean to you? Trees are a process of evolution and integration. In ancient times, they were sacred spirits in the way by which spirits descended to the world and by which the souls of humanity reached heaven. For me, trees remind us to sort of stay grounded as we reach, stay rooted in who we are, stay grounded as we reach towards the stars. I mean, there's different meanings. You might have different meanings for what you think when you see these cards here. You see a lion here, so it takes strength to have that sense of balance. The wings, or the angel, an angel aspect of it, an angel lion, that sense of, for me, that's about raising your vibration to make sure that you're receiving as much as you're giving. The categus with the healing aspect of it. So what do the symbols, when you look at the cards, what do they mean to you? What does lightning bolt mean? What does the fire mean? The spark, the crown. Okay, the crown here is a dominion, royal position, and high status. Many believe it to be a physical reflection of the human aura, which demonstrates our level of spiritual developments in its colours. The triple tiara shows power over the three worlds of the physical, emotional, and mental domains. Interesting. So you can see different aspects of the cards and give you much more information there. Okay, so we look at the 22 major arcana cards. The 22 major arcana cards describe the process from the pure state of the unnumbered fall to the completion of the world. Each of the cards described in the sequence are presented from a variety of viewpoints which will enhance your understanding of the tarot major arcana and will illuminate qualities associated with the cards which are often not identified, such as a guided imagery and an affirmation. Each card will be described to draw attention to the images, symbols, and their interaction in the overall composition of the card. The symbolism of the card identifies the inner psychological meaning of the images and actions portrayed in the card, as well as an initiatory lesson to be learned from the card. The guided imagery is intended to provide the atmosphere of discovery and inner experience associated with the card. These images are best read to you or tape recorded slowly and clearly. The images support and reinforce the deeper meanings of the cards and communicate their core significance to the self. The meaning describes the manifestations of the card and its symbolism in life situations, often called the divinatory meaning of the cards. In many books on the tarot, there are also meanings used when the card is upside down, reversed, which are often considered more difficult and describe negative qualities associated with the cards. Occasionally, the negative meanings bear little relationship to the upright significance of the cards. Thus, Waite describes the divinatory meaning of the magician reversed as physician, magus, mental disease, disgrace, and disquiet. In more recent times, it's become an antique practice to designate reversed meaning for the cards. In reality, the reverse cards signify shadow qualities, the underlying unconscious motives, which are either sometimes darker aspects of our being, which are yet inseparable from our totality. These shadow qualities simply bring the lighter qualities into sharper focus. The reverse card also signifies the need to penetrate more deeply, to look more vigilantly into, and to take more time to trying to understand the hidden significance of a certain time or quality. A separate meaning would only exaggerate such splits. The affirmation is a useful device for coming into a deeper and more immediate relationship with the qualities embodied in these cards. It is important to remember that although the major arcana cards depict medieval scenes, the individuals in them and their magical implements, they're also symbols of the collective unconscious, the common psychic inheritance shared by all humanity, which lies within everyone. You may even find that you remember these people, places, and scenes from other lives or your deep layers of your psyche. So let's have a look. What major arcana are we going to look at in this book? Because I'm not going to do them all. I'm not going to go through every single one. So let me just shuffle the deck. Right, and let's just do a thing until we get the major arcana. Which major arcana are we going to do first? There we go, the world, the tower. Let's do the tower. Okay, we'll do the tower and then we'll do the world. So let's do the tower. The tower, Lord of the hosts of the mighty. Arcanum 16, the planet Mars, keyword the fall, Hebrew letter P-E-H. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, so what was I up to? Sorry, the tower we were up to looking at. So, Lord of the hosts of the mighty, Arcanum 16, the planet Mars, keyword the four Hebrew letters P, E, H. A male and female figure are falling from a desolate tower, also called the House of God, which has been struck by lightning. The three windows are grouped with one higher than the other two, showing that the physical and emotional worlds are reconciled in the higher spiritual domain. The crown of the tower, which signifies spirituality, is seen in the aura, and various bits of debris shower down from the violent event. The symbolic tower, the Martian energy of the tower, is shattered by forced change, made manifest by the scorpionic thunderbolt, which is both fate and forceful spirituality. The tower may represent the physical world or intellectual structures which we have erected, as well as the body in its state of health. Originally, it was a symbolic of the fall of Adam and Eve, or the destruction of the Tower of Babel. In either case, the female and male figures are thrust apart, possibly through the sexual tensions of the phallic monument. Past patterns are shattered, and the creative effort to modify them often requires the sacrifice of what formerly seemed secure. The 22 flaming yods, Hebrew letter meaning work, show that from destruction comes the force of creativity and rebirth. The spirit of chaos rules the apparent order of the physical world. Then you can go into a guided imagery. That's another aspect altogether, okay, which I'm not going to go into right here. Then we've got the meaning, total change signaled by the end of previous patterns, leading to new beginnings. Unexpected disruptions are caused when attempting to protect oneself, leading to feelings of vulnerability and inability to look at inner unrest and suppressed anger. Past relationships are abandoned, and changes of opinion prevent reconciliation. downfall, losing everything, violence, sexual domination, and insecurity. Now, these are just a small selection of what this card can mean, depending on the other cards around it, what question you ask, the spreads you use, etc. Remember, there's many layers to each of these cards. It just gives you a really small synopsis of what the card could actually mean. Your affirmation is: sudden realizations about inadequate past ideas and patterns free me instantly from self-created limitations and physically binding circumstances. Sudden realizations about inadequate past ideas and patterns free me instantly from self-created limitations and physically binding circumstances. Whew. So quite a big thing there. So let's look at the world. This is just a little bit of an idea of what the cards could mean. You need to do some research to dive deep into these cards. So the world called Great One of the Night of Time. The arcanum is 21. The planet is Saturn. The key word is time. The Hebrew letter is Tau. The four creatures of the Apocalypse and Ezekiel's visions are grouped around the oval garland of flowers, bound above and below with crossbred ribbons. Within, a maiden dances enwrapped with violet silk and carrying a wand in each hand. She is the Scarlet Woman, dancing the dance of time and eternity, spiraling and twirling through life as a blithe spirit. The symbolic world. The spiraling bonds of Saturn define and limit physical space and time, the oval vessel within which the dance of life takes place. Fertility and sexuality exist to propagate the universe and create the manifest world, providing the players in the divine plan. The opposing crosses are the duality and conflict engendered by the existence of life. Yet the battle takes place within. The spiritual process of discovery begins with the full and ends here in the heavens, where its markers are astrological as well as astronomical, religious, and secular. The world is the father of form and also takes away what he bestows upon all forms of intelligence. That is his function and the ultimate mystery. Again, we've got the guided imagery, then we've got the meaning. Our sense of well-being originates from the ability to understand the whole, the need for integration of personal and collective encouraging, self-trust and dominance, the primary principle of individuation, expressive of identification in the world, creating or building a new vision of yourself. Your affirmation is: I am a co-creator of the world and know that I will be nurtured and supported by it as I acknowledge my identity with all its actions. I'm a co-creator of the world and know that I will be nurtured and supported by it as I acknowledge my identity with all its actions. So that's something that you could do daily. Remember, this is something that you're going to work through very, very slowly as you get to know the deck. You're not going to rush it through. You're not going to work at it really fast like I'm doing in the video. You've got to slow down a little bit. So we've talked about working through the major arcana cards there. Very slowly working through, looking at the description, looking at the information that they give you, the correspondences, plus a meditation, an imagery meditation, guided imagery meditation, plus plus the meanings, of course, plus an affirmation that you could say daily in regards to the situation there. So that's something that you could very, very slowly work through in regards to that. So that's it for me for today. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded.